Right, so there's a form of motorcycle sport that you probably haven't heard of. It's massive in Asia, and if you have a look on YouTube and see the Japanese videos that have this style of riding, it will positively blow you away. It's called Gymkhana. Now, as the name suggests, it's slow speed kind of stuff, very technical, but it's a lot of fun. And once you sort of get used to it, it becomes really physical, really demanding work. It doesn't pay to have a very sliding kind of riding style when you're riding Gymkhana as well. You've got to be real smooth on the bike. You don't want to back the thing in or anything like that. You just want to be nice and smooth, get on the power as soon as you can. But look, to take us through a little bit more about what this style of riding actually means, we've got the US man right here, Mr. James Bush.
Yeah.
And mate, thanks for having us on and having a ride today. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to come out. It's great to have so many people come out for an event, especially in Southern California, but it's good to see you guys out.
So where did you actually come across Gymkhana? How did Gymkhana make it to America?
Honestly, just like you did. You know, you see it on YouTube and you're gasping at how good these guys are riding these big bikes. Whatever bike they have, it's unreal. And so I'm like, you know, no one in the United States is really doing it. So I figured I'd start one, and started in 2012 October,
Yep.
late towards the end of the year. And I'm just slowly trying to get the word out about the sport because, again, no one is understanding of the sport at all.
Sure. So essentially, what kind of elements of riding are we talking about here?
Really, we're talking about everything. Track riding, utilizing all your tires. So we have dirt bike style, trail riding, trials riding almost to a certain extent, even
Yep.
around jumping up buildings and whatnot.
Yep.
But it incorporates everything in motorcycling. Lean angle, scraping your peg, getting on the power, being smooth,
Yep.
trail braking, all of those things that's incorporated into the sport.
Sure. I suppose one of the cool things I like about it is it's a sport that's applicable to a car park.
Absolutely.
You don't need to go to a racetrack. I mean, we're here at Fontana at the moment, but you don't need to go to a racetrack to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's affordable. You know what I mean? It's close to home, and that's really one of the reasons why I started. It's close to home. You know, you can do it on a budget. You can bring your family along with you, cool, which is just great.
Yeah.
And whatever bike you have, bring it along. This one is fantastic for it.
Yeah.
But whatever bike you got, bring it.
Yeah. How has the uptake been from the American public? Like people that have seen it, what have they thought?
Yeah, slow but steady.
Yep.
You know, the U.S. unfortunately is kind of slow with this. They feel like it is slow.
Yep.
And it's not fun. But once you do try it, like you mentioned, you really are really quick.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that you're doing, you know, from one side of the bike to the other, from one peg to the other, on the power, you guys are taking the front wheel up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you have in a track day in this on a car park, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic fun.
Yeah. You mentioned the bike. So you guys have recently affiliated with KTM. So
Right.
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Justin Dawes came over with KTM. They signed on with us for a couple of years and supplied us with the 390 Duke, which is, like I mentioned, a fantastic bike for the sport.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of power in it. Small, it's extremely flickable.
Yep.
I'm still kind of getting used to it, but even then, you know what I mean? I'm scraping pegs and stuff, and my knee sliders are all beat up today because of it. But it's a great bike, and it's a great platform for this sport. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, well, look, thank you so much for having me, man. It's actually the second time that I've had a go on this. I took my 1290 Super Duke, which might have been a bit too much bike for the track, but hey, look, good to have a go on these things. But honestly, you really got to have a go out and check this out. Like, we'll put the link in the story to get to James's site. So really go and check it out. I mean, you might surprise yourself. You'll have a lot of fun, and I guarantee you will be tired at the end of the day. This is not unphysically demanding. This will really push you if you do it properly. But I've had a great time on this thing. Yet another cool version of motorcycle sport. Thanks very much.